To get started, I'd like to begin with setbacks that have prevented me from working on or simply completing this year's passion project. I'm sure you are all familiar with the word procrastination, and I'm sure 90% of you will all agree you're a procrastinator just like me. My next setback was e-resources. When I finally buckled down and began researching, I found that e-resources hard to navigate through and hard to find the information I was looking for. After pushing my way through both of these setbacks, I ran into basic technical issues. After finishing my third block and forgetting to save my document, Word decided it would do me the favor of freezing and getting rid of all unsaved documents open at the time. However, when it came to researching my topic, I was passionate about learning more about the Alberta oil sands. Of course, I was also passionate about laying back and relaxing with a cold drink. But that got me thinking. I can turn on my tap and not worry about water coming out. Not everyone, I learned, is so lucky. With all this being said, I'm here today to share information with you on a topic I feel quite passionate about, and I hope by the end of this TED Talk you will too. To begin, my question on which I base my research is, how might the extraction of oil from the oil sands affect the water supply in Alberta? First off, you might be thinking the oil sands is only corrupting Alberta's water supply. But in fact, these oil companies intake vast amounts of water just to extract the oil. This was a great surprise in my research as it took me on a totally different path, looking into statistics based on this finding. To produce 1 barrel of oil from surface mining, 2 to 5 barrels of water is used, approximately 119 liters per barrel. In 2014, 2.3 million barrels of oil were being produced every day, meaning approximately a billion liters of water was used up. This amount of water exceeds the amount of water that the city of Toronto, with a population of 2.86 million people, uses annually. Statistics shown by the World Watch Institute show that by 2030, the amount of oil produced in one day could climb to 3 to 5 million barrels a day, potentially doubling our statistics. The big question is, where is all this water coming from? It comes in part from the Athabasca River, lakes, and streams. When water levels are low in winter, oxygen levels are lower than normal. Low oxygen levels harm young fish and fish eggs, reducing overall fish numbers. In spring, there is not enough water to flood the surrounding streams and wetlands, resulting in a loss of habitat for muskrats and waterfowl. Fish too lose areas normally used for spawning, affecting the numbers of fish again. This is a significant problem for First Nations people living in the Athabasca region, as fish are a main staple of the local diet. But the problem is not only low water levels, it's also a problem of toxic water. The water used in extracting oil becomes polluted. It's funneled into huge tailing ponds, so hard they can be seen from the International Space Station. The water is highly carcinogenic. It contains high levels of cancer-causing lead and mercury. Thousands of migrating birds have died landing in these ponds. But it gets worse. The ponds leak. 9.5 million liters of toxic waste seeped unnoticed into an area the size of 52 football fields. It killed every single plant and tree in that area. In fact, high levels of mercury and lead have been found in lakes as far as 90 kilometers away from the oil sands. There has been a significant rise in blood cancers among men in Alberta in recent years, and the First Nations people, they report significant abnormalities in fish caught in the Athabasca waterways, and the effects on the ecosystem are far-reaching. There has been already 74% decline in local caribou. By 2025, experts predict there will be less than 50 caribou left in local herds, and by 2040, caribou will be extinct in these parts. You would think with the tailing ponds leaking 11 million liters of toxic waste every day, there would be an effort to clean up the toxic waste. So next time you enjoy a cold drink, think a moment about the oil sands and the people and animals that call the Athabasca waterways their home. Thank you.